Now we're going Daf Lamed Tes Amid Base. You must have a Torah that you makabel from your Rebbe. If not, that's what happened with Hillel. He had to say that he heard it from Shmai Bavtal. Tamataninu. We learned by Parah Aduma, Rachav Aleh, Nishan Aleh, Nitla Beznova, Ove Bas Anor, Kippel Aleh Samasera. He put the string on the back of the para, nothing talisa le psula. You're not allowed to do any malacha. Para do says shall all oil. It's not allowed to carry anything. Al kashar mesera. If he did it to order to pull it, not he folded it on top. He just did it. He tied it like a regular way to that you derech is to watch a para with that. Also, a sandal, or he made a shoe, it shouldn't slip. Payos talisana has movement. He did it for the tzorech of the para. It shouldn't have flies, shouldn't fly in the ksheira. Zekla, koloshi the tzarka ksheira. If you do it for the shmira of the para, you want to protect the para. It's kosher. Tzorech acher psul. You do it for your own benefit. You want to walk through the river and you ride on it, or you hang on it, or you lean on it. Then it's possible. Where it says now, do this from Parah you can learn out from Pesach that what? That you're allowed to put a sakin on the Parah. Let's say you need to shech the Parah, so you can put a knife. It's not considered you're doing an avodah with a Parah. Just like here in Pesach, we say, even though it's Kodesh, that since you're doing it for the tzorech of the Pesach, you're allowed to put a sakin on the carbon to bring it to the Azara. That's what we learned before. That's what they did when it felt when Erev Pesach was on Shabbos. They put the sakin on the keves, and the keves itself carried the sakin to the Azara. And it's not considered avodah kodeshim. Here also a para, you can put a sakin on the para and let the para carry the knife to the Har Mishcha where they shecht it. And that's considered avodah because it's doing it for the tzorech of the carbon. Adam and Ahi, Shem Pasach Shel even Yalf and Ado, Shakal Avoid Shem Kodesh and Avoid. And same, but you can learn out by Pesach or by Kodesh in general that if you're doing something for the animal to protect it, it's not considered avoid. You gotta put a sweater or something to cover it up. It shouldn't have flies. That's not necessarily doing avoid the Kodesh. Now the Gemara asking a new question here. It says that he told them, Eitzer Hill said, "What? How can you bring the sack into the Azara? Just put it on the back, on the horns." So we're asked the question, Shuras Noshim, the halacha is you can make a whole mechitza of people. It should be like a mechitza, and people should stand there, and like in this you can make a wall from people, and you can like this you can carry the knife to the Azara. Imi says it's not a good mechitza. They forgot this also that this is a good way of making a mechitza. How did they forget such a thing? It's impossible to have Shavuos means 14 years. Every 14 years it must happen at least once. How could it forget such a thing that happens once in 14 years? Just Hashem made it such a way that Hillel should become the Nasi. Omer Rabba Mana. An Ash must be Abudin and Kol Rabbanon. I heard this from the Abudin and from all the Rabbanon. What? The following statement. Meiman Hagen Beisen Shalamaten Bekovet. Why does everybody mechabed the Beis Hanasi? Means even though in the times of later on Meron from Etzisrael, the Beis Hanasi weren't the biggest Talmidei Chachamim anymore, but still it's a chiyuv to be noy covet. Because this is to prevent machlekes. If you're going to say no, they're not big enough, they're not great enough, it's just going to cause machlekes. So that's why we have to be mechaber the Beis Hanasi. They took off their crowns in this world, and that's why they got Olam above. Yonis Mashal he could have been the king. He gave everything away for David HaMelech. Amr Ablah, he says, no, I'm not so impressed from Yenison. I feel in the Shaim, and even the woman, the ladies that were behind the weaving looms, everybody knew that he's the future Melech. So there's no anybody who had some seichel knew that this is not option even. So why should he fight for Malchus that he's gonna anyway end up losing? That's why he instead of fighting he became part of the Melech. He was he helped him out because he knew that he's the future Melech. And Elazar ben Azariah, Tanyan Hava. Also, it's not a chiddush that he gave up his Malchus because he wasn't really. He took over Gamliel. The story in Masechta Baruch is a famous story. He was only a second. He wasn't the real Nasi. So obviously, when they came to him and they told him that he should give it back to Gamliel, he gave it back right away. That's really another. The Sharon Yarmer Nasias, Manin Nasia. They gave away the Nasias for Hill. That's really anivus. They gave away totally because Hill had this. He knew this drasha that Pesach Doiche Shabbos. One of the Kishan Amrun after Pchanina is a point there. There's also they also did such a thing. He gave away his Nasias for Abmana. That's also a big anivus. I always ran away from becoming some big Rosh Yeshiva or something. Nasi. Now that I became a Nasi, somebody wants to take me away from my Nasias. I'll hit him with a. He's trying to say that once you're in it already, it's very hard to leave. I take a pot, a kettle, and I'll hit him with it. It makes you burn, it makes you petzatachas potza, wound, mefachem, makes you black. I'll do everything to hurt him. He's trying to say the truth because once a person gets covered, it's very hard to leave it over. It's hard to show him that Yeshua ben Kivasi wanted it. He was running after COVID. And Omer Man Yemeli, he said, "Who is going to tell me the Choyin Mekadosh Shemai Dechvasi?" It's he was trying. That's what it's like. The thoughts that's I think the Gemara is trying to say that these thoughts are usually impossible to differentiate if it comes from the Yetzer Tov or the Yetzer Hara.